games. So let's fast forward. LeBron versus Michael Jordan. His overall take got tons of traction, and had some fans saying he was quote-unquote speaking facts. In this video, very quickly, I'm going to debunk him, set the record straight, and once again show you guys why Michael Jordan and not LeBron James is the greatest player in NBA history. You, just like everybody else who was Jordan fans, are under the impression that Michael Jordan's career started in 1991, and it did not. Michael Jordan was in the league for 7 years prior to that. So since we're on the subject of finals, Michael Jordan was in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1989, and he started the series, the first 3 games, he was averaging 30 a game. The Detroit Pistons, they put the clamp on him. That 30 went down to 22, and they end up losing the series. So Jordan has had some duds, right? So stopping him right there at the beginning, that's one of the biggest strawman arguments I've ever heard. Saying Jordan fans don't care about the 80s and what he did before his championships.
That's lie number one. Yeah, that's lie number one. You know what I'm saying? I'm be posting little videos, you know what I'm saying, little shorts of my boy Uncut Hoops videos and stuff. Because Chilltown just, like, I don't know what's going on, bro. He continues to lie on MJ's legacy.
Nobody with a functioning brain thinks like that, and him saying this is a very cheap debate tactic. As looking at Jordan pre-championships, I would say that stretch only enhances how great he is. As a rookie, he averaged 28.2 points per game, leading Chicago in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. And the following year in '86 versus Boston in the playoffs, he averaged 43 points per game and had a record for points in a single game, dropping 63. Looking at 1987, he averaged 37.1 points per game, the highest in the modern era, and the most since Wilt Chamberlain. 88, he won MVP, DPOY, was the NBA scoring leader, steals leader, minutes per game leader, and played all 82 games. In 89, he made the Eastern Conference Finals as a 6th seed, and versus the Cavs had the iconic game-winning shot over Craig Ehlo.
So exactly, why would anybody want to get rid of those years, those 6 years? Why would anybody want to get rid of those 7 years before he won the championship? When he was dominant individually. He dominant. He just didn't have a second guy to come along with him until Scottie developed. And when Scottie developed, what happened?
Why would any Michael Jordan fan in their right mind ignore all of that and wipe it off the slate? As once again, Jordan in the 80s, pre-championship, makes him even greater in comparison to the 90s. Now, looking past that, the second part of his clip was absolute lies and false reporting. As in the '89 Eastern Conference Finals, he said Jordan in the first 3 games only averaged 30, and Detroit clamped him to only 22. And he caps it off by saying Jordan versus Detroit in this series, quote-unquote, had a dud. Now, looking at the first 3 games, Jordan actually averaged 35 points instead of 30, and in the final 3 games, averaged 24.3 instead of 22. That's the first part. Now, the second part, saying Jordan had a dud in this series is simply ludicrous. As in total, he averaged 30 points, nearly 7 assists, 5.5 boards, 2 steals, on 46% shooting. Adding even more context, Jordan's second best player was Craig Hodges, who averaged 12 points. And looking at Detroit, this team had the best record in the NBA, winning 60-plus games, and the playoffs only lost 2 games total, both to Jordan's Bulls. I want you guys to make a mental note of this.
Think about that. They was undefeated before they faced Jordan, Craig Hodges, Scottie Pippen, Bill Cartwright, and they lost 2 games. Get the fuck out of here, Chilltown.
Jordan having a dud series is averaging 37-5 with no help and taking the Pistons to 6 games.
Exactly, right.
So let's fast forward to the 1993 Eastern Conference Championship, where Michael Jordan has started the series shooting 25% against the Knicks and
37%. That's another lie.
They're down in the series. Not only are they down in the series, game 3, when they come back home, it took a 29-12 effort from Scottie Pippen in order for them to get back in the series. Otherwise, they down 3-0 because Jordan goes 3 for 18. And he gives them nothing that night. So Mike has had some duds. Let's not make it sound like Jordan has just been rolling the entire time, because no, he has not.
Now, stopping him right there, once again, he had some blatant lies and missteps on factual information. As looking at Jordan in this series, he says he was shooting 25% in the first 3 games. In reality, it was 37% and was still averaging 32 points. The second thing he says is that Pippen in game 3 had 29 and 12, when in reality, it was 29 and 4 and not 12. And the last thing, he says Jordan this game gave Chicago absolutely nothing, when in reality, he had 11 assists, a game high, 8 rebounds, a high for the Bulls.
So almost a triple-double is nothing. Almost a triple-double is nothing, right? That's amazing. Almost a triple-double is nothing. Like, you LeBron fans gotta cut this shit out, bro. Like, seriously.
Also 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 22 points, which was still the second most in this game. I'm not saying Jordan played great in this game. He wasn't even average Jordan. He had a bad game. But saying he gave them nothing is simply false. Steals and blocks, and in game 4 down 2-1, had 54 points.
So even with that, I guess you want to call it a dud, he still averaged 32, 6, 7, 2.5 steals and blocks. Led his team in blocks, steals, points. Come on, bro. Assists, come on, bro.
My main problem with LeBron James fans, and especially this guy, is when he critiques Jordan, he's comparing him to absolute perfection, nitpicking games here and there to show why Jordan wasn't always great. But when it comes to LeBron James, that same energy is never applied. As looking at LeBron James, for an entire series, he's been bad in his career. Look at the 07 Finals versus the Spurs. In that series,
choked. Every game was close. Tim Duncan had a bad series, and Tony Parker outplayed him.
He averaged 22 points on 35% shooting, had 5.8 turnovers. He had 1 game only scoring 14 points, and not once cracked 25, en route to Cleveland being swept. Looking at 08 versus Boston, he averaged 27 points on 35% shooting with 5.3 turnovers.
That's terrible, bro. Terrible. This was in 08 too. The same 08 team that put a hurting on my boy Kobe. But you know what he did? He came back and beat them.
Point zone is pretty bad, but looking at the first 4 games, he was absolutely dreadful, averaging 18.8 points, 5.8 turnovers on 26% shooting. And funny enough, the Cavs in those games were still tied 2-2 with the Big 3 Celtics.
You see what I'm saying? So you tell me how he had straight bums, or he didn't have enough help, and he was tied 2-2 with an NBA championship team that was on the way to being the championship team. Get out of here, bro.
And if you want to nitpick further, LeBron in this series had absolute duds. In 1 game, going 2 for 18 from the field with 10 turnovers, and another game, 6 of 24 with 7 turnovers. Even looking at 2010 versus Boston, Cleveland once again was very, very competitive, and actually this time they were up 2-1.
Again, if he just had bums and he didn't have enough help, why were they up 2-1 against a team that went to the finals? LeBron fans, OG chill. Why? I need to know. Like, I really need to know, bro, for real.
But in the final 3 games, LeBron James averaged 21.3 points, 6.3 turnovers on 34% shooting. He completely choked, he folded, and once again had a dud. Now, speaking of duds, we had the creme de la creme and the ultimate dud, that being LeBron James in the 2011 Finals. As for this series, he averaged 17.8 points per game, less than Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Dirk, and even Jason Terry. And the absolute worst thing from this series is that in Game 4, LeBron James, the quote-unquote GOAT, only had 8 total points. Compare that to
Jordan would never.
Michael Jordan, who not once in the finals had under 20 points, and for a series never averaged less than 27.
Think about that, bro. Think about that. LeBron averaged 17.8 points in 2011. Jordan has never scored under 20 points in a finals game or in a playoff game, period. He's never averaged under 27 points. That is godlike, bro.
This right here is the point of the video. When you nitpick Michael Jordan so hard, you're so critical, be ready to have the exact same energy for LeBron James. Because if you do, you realize LeBron had way more moments where he had duds or even choked.
Let's not make it sound like Jordan has just been rolling the entire time, because no, he has not. I seen him go 9 for 35 against the Miami Heat in 1997 in the Eastern Conference Championship. Michael Jordan has had some duds. I've seen him go 4 for 18 against the Miami Heat. I've seen that happen. So it's not like it's a situation where Michael Jordan's career started in 1991 and this is all we're going to judge him on. No.
Nobody doing that. You the only one talking about that. Nobody forgets those 7 years, bro.
We have to judge him on the same thing that we judge everybody else on, in totality.
So, once again, for Michael Jordan, this guy is looking at single games and not even playoff series. Once again, proving Michael Jordan is so great, the only time you can nitpick him is for single bad performances and not series like LeBron James. And one thing he did bring up was Jordan versus the Heat in 1997. Once again, leaving out, Jordan for that series averaged 38-3, and his Bulls team dominated in 5 games. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but for
I feel like I'm repeating myself. He said, I remember he went 9 of 35, he went blah blah this, but didn't talk about the whole series where he averaged 30. You feel me? And all the numbers Uncut just told y'all. This is my problem with LeBron fans, how they just straight lie. They try to nitpick Jordan to the umpteenth because they can't find a chink in his armor. You can't. So they try to go at, oh, he never won without Scotty. So? They wanted to play together. It ain't our fault that LeBron want to switch teams every 5 years and he can't play with young guys. He can't play off the ball. He don't know how to take a backseat and be a second player. It shows you that last night. They just blew a 12-point lead with 2 minutes to go. He scored 2 points in overtime. Westbrook scored 6. Come on, don't get me started.
Michael Jordan, his dud series is averaging 30 points per game. No other player in NBA
Wow, that's a great dud.
history is held to that standard. And one big mistake he did make at the very end was talking about Jordan and his entire resume being compared to LeBron James. In my opinion,
You don't want to do that. And Jordan fans like me and Kobe fans, we know they don't want to do that. They don't want to go there with the resume with MJ.
that's a very fatal mistake and a death blow to his overall points. As Jordan compared to LeBron still has more MVPs, more DPOYs, more Finals MVPs, all defensive teams, scoring titles, championships, and less Finals losses.
And I don't even go by all of that, just end all be all. All of that is not the end all be all for me. I take in contact all of that plus competition plus eye test. You feel me? So competition, eye test, stats, accolades, intangibles, clutchness. You know what I'm saying? What was your conference like when you played in it? You know what I'm saying? Was it the tougher conference? Was it the easier conference? You know what I'm saying? So And even with me taking all that into context, Jordan still's the GOAT, bro.
And for the nail in the coffin in this debate, looking at Jordan LeBron and the gap in overall accolades, that gap still is a Hall of Fame resume and a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Jordan going 6-0 in the NBA Finals. Right, I can appreciate that. So, with that also, I will not diminish the fact that he went 6-0. I will not diminish that he went 6-0 in the NBA Finals. But
y'all can't. Y'all be saying that like y'all could do something about it. Like I'm gonna give him that. You don't have no choice but to give him that. Nobody else has done it. Nobody else is undefeated in the finals. Nobody. Well, Giannis is. He 1-0 in the finals. Giannis is. But nobody's undefeated in the finals like Jordan, bro.
You have to mention, though, is that he did have that unit built around him. He had Scottie Pippen for 5 years before they won the NBA championship.
And Scottie was not an all-star for the first couple years.
4 years before they won the NBA championship.
I want to be very clear in saying this. Scottie Pippen all time is a great player, and for the Bulls teams, they would not have won 6 championships without Scottie. But when talking about the pre-championship Pippen, that guy historically is not a Hall of Famer. As in his first 3 years, he only made 1 All-Star game.
You feel what I'm saying? So he said they had 5 years before they won the championship. Okay, cool. So if the first 3 years he made 1 All-Star game and he only averaged 13, 5, and 4, what is that? What is 13, 5, and 4 when Jordan is averaging 33, 35, 37? Shut the hell up.
Averaging 12.9 points per game, 5.5 boards, 3.7 assists on 48% shooting. The Pippen this guy is talking about isn't prime Scottie and was not a perennial all-star. And one more thing I do want to point out, when it comes to LeBron fans, their overall argument is never Jordan versus LeBron
because they know that argument is dead.
Straight up and comparing them. For one, it's Jordan versus perfection, and 2, it's Jordan's teammates versus LeBron's teammates.
It's really Jordan versus himself, and it is LeBron teammates versus Jordan teammates, which shouldn't even be a conversation. If you add up all LeBron teammates who he played with and MJ who he played with, it will be even worse for LeBron. When you add up all the bad games for MJ and then add them up for LeBron, it will be even 30 times worse. And then when you add up all the top 75 players he didn't play with, and then Jordan played with 2 top 75 players, Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was not an offensive force. He was a great rebounder and a nice defender. Cut it out, bro. Y'all know who I think played better competition than both of them. Kobe had played harder competition than Jordan and LeBron. Kobe had the toughest road to his championships out of them 3. I don't care what nobody say.
Why not just compare both these players, look at their resumes, how good they were, the numbers, and make your choice based off that? And when it comes to Jordan winning 6 championships, compared to LeBron's 4, yes, in the NBA Finals, he had a better record, but more importantly, he never choked in a single series. And comparing the finals...
And that is the epitome of why we feel the way we fucking feel. Jordan, we never seen it. Jordan has never choked in a series. He had maybe a couple of bad games in the playoffs, but he locked in every series, bro. When you've never scored under 20 points in a game in the playoffs and you've never averaged under 27, what can I say, bro? And he's 6-0 in the final, bro. And then there's videos out here, if y'all wanted to go the analytics route, he beats LeBron in almost every analytics stat, bro.
Resumes, it's pretty damning in MJ's favor, as he averaged nearly 34 points, 6.0 boards, 6.0 assists, on 48, 37, and 80 splits. Compared to LeBron James, averaged 28 points, 10 boards, 8 assists, on 48-35 and 73 splits.
And Jordan is shooting a higher 3-point percentage, the same field goal percentage, and a higher free throw percentage. Stop.
And one thing I did find very, very intriguing is that Michael Jordan, in 6 championship appearances, won 24 total games. LeBron James, in 10 finals appearances, has only won 22. When it comes to comparing these guys, of course, they're both all-time great players at the top of NBA Mount Rushmore. But looking at Jordan, he was simply more accomplished, he won more, didn't choke in the finals, he was much better in the finals, better in the playoffs, and his highs were much higher than LeBron James. Now,
that should be it, bro. There shouldn't be nothing else to be talked about after this. OG Chill, stop lying on MJ's legacy. You could think LeBron is the GOAT, but stop lying on Michael Jordan's legacy. Even though you're wrong about LeBron being the GOAT. If you think LeBron is the GOAT, you're wrong. Period, point blank. This has been Who is Hendo with another fire video. I'm out.